Today we live in a society where everything seems to be about how much you can collect, and once you've collected it, how much you can keep it in good condition and how much you can preserve what you have. Today people invariably, whatever house they live in, they want to live in a bigger house. Whatever car they have, they want a newer car, a faster car, a nicer car. Whatever clothes they have, they want to get newer clothes. Whatever we have, we're always looking for the upgrade and how we can better what we have, increase what we have. Whatever phone you have, get the latest upgrade, get the latest one that comes out. And happiness is so much tied to possessions and what we have. How many friends you have on Facebook, how many likes or how many comments you get. Always, it seems we live in a society where there's never enough. We have this never enough complex where we always want more. We keep what we have, but we always want to add to it, and we always want to get more from something. But does real joy, does real happiness come from amassing things? I would think not. When we look at the grain of society today and how much we have compared to maybe even yesteryear generations, it seems that increased happiness is not there. When we look in the life of Jesus and look at the life of the people, the greatest happiness and the greatest joy actually comes not from how much we have and how much we can preserve and how much we can collect, but it actually comes from how much we are able to sacrifice and how much we're able to give away. In the Bible, there's a story of Abraham. He had a son, and yet God told him to give his son, to sacrifice his son, to let his son go. He was willing to give up his son rather than preserve the life of his son. And by being willing to give up his one son, he ended up having a whole nation. Sometimes we're so content, we so much want to hold on to the little that we have and preserve the little that we have, rather than sacrificing what God calls us to. And He may have much, much greater blessings in store. You know, you may be something in your life that you may be holding on to, and God's saying, listen, sacrifice, give to me. When you give to me, greater blessings will come. And it's not always greater blessings monetarily speaking. We're not talking about that. Greater blessings in terms of greater joy, greater happiness, greater peace, greater contentment, greater satisfaction in life. Jesus came down here. He didn't seek to preserve his life. He could have stayed in heaven. He could have stayed up there and not bothered with coming down here. But Jesus sacrificed his life. He came down here. He laid down his life. And that spirit of sacrifice was what we're able to receive salvation by. Greatest joy comes not in preserving and collecting, but greatest joy comes in sacrificing. In the Bible, in Romans chapter 12 and verse 1, it says, but present your bodies a living sacrifice to God. This week, today, this Sabbath, contemplate what in your life, which area of your life can you give? Can you sacrifice? Where might God be calling you to sacrifice for Him? And it's there where the greatest joy, the greatest peace, and the greatest satisfaction will come when we give rather than when we preserve and collect.